You know how I say that life and death are in the power of the tongue, and to be careful with the words that people speak over you. I don't talk about my mom too often on this app, but she's very influential in my life. Hey y'all, hey. So my mom and I, we had a heart-to-heart conversation yesterday. And before we got off the phone, she basically said to me that she would pray that I would be able to discern my dreams. I shared with her, I want to say maybe 5 or 6 dreams that I've had that were very significant and poignant. I don't use that word too often, but it just sounds so intelligent. I hope I even used it in the right context. Anyway, so I had this dream this morning. I dreamt that I was in a post office, and me and another young lady were approaching the desk, but there was another lady in line. So we basically arrived at the desk almost at the same time. I got in front of her like maybe a whole nanosecond before she got in line. So it's basically we arrived at the same time, but I got there just a little sooner. So when the customer that was in line was finished with her transaction, the young lady just bum rushed her way in front of me, waiting to be served next. Let me back up a little bit. The post office is a means of communication. So that's how I'm looking at this dream, is communication. So going back to the young lady who bum rushed me, she just bum rushed me. And so next thing I know, I honestly don't remember if I said anything or not. But the next thing I know, we are duking it out. Now, y'all see me. I'm not a violent person. I'm really not. But if you provoke me enough, then I can become a violent person. But it would take a whole lot of provoking, honestly. But anyway, so we were in there tussling. This young lady had hands, y'all. She had hands. But I had hands, and I effortlessly body slammed her. I felt like I didn't even use brute force on her, but I did at the same time, if that even makes sense, because it was just so effortlessly done. Like, boom! And then it cut scene. I know, right when the getting was getting good, right? Cut scene. And so then I was somewhere else in the post office, and wherever I was just kind of standing still. I don't know if I was in line. I don't know if I was looking at something, but I was just standing still, just minding my business. So then this young lady come up from nowhere. I didn't even see her coming. I ain't had no forewarning, nothing. So we tussling yet again. And I remember thinking to myself, because like I said, she had hands. She had hands. And I remember thinking to myself, I'm going to paralyze her.
Damn!
Y'all, if that is not a dark thought to have, I'm like, I don't even know where that came from. Bear with me. So I thought to myself, I'm going to paralyze her. Y'all, I body slammed her not once, not twice. That third time, I calculated in my mind how I was going to slam her down at such an angle where I knew that I was going to paralyze her. And that's exactly what happened. Y'all, all I remember is that she had on a white top, and the upper half of her body was just raised up, and she was paralyzed. She didn't move. She didn't move, and then I just casually walked away like nothing happened. And then I felt bad. I was like, dang, I probably shouldn't have paralyzed her. But by that time, the damage was done, and then that's when my dream had ended. So as I was thinking about this dream, because it kind of bothered me, because I was like, I don't even wish that on anybody. Why would I even think that? So what was driving to my spirit was that she was a negative belief. She was an intrusive thought. That's what that was. That's who she was. I was in a class the other day, and someone said that she visualized a door shutting whenever she would have a negative thought. And I really feel that just spoke to me. It spoke to me. And I really feel that I heard it, my subconscious heard it, and made it our own. So instead of a door closing on an intrusive thought or a negative belief, I said I was just going to paralyze that thing. That's deep, ain't it? Where it can no longer function. That's really deep. Now, as I'm talking about it, as I'm dissecting it, even if it's paralyzed, that means that it's still alive. That means that it's still active. Well, maybe not active, but it's still alive. So perhaps it just means that intrusive thought, it did not serve me at that time. And it's not to say that it might not be able to serve me in a different capacity. Because, life is all about balance. It's all about light and dark, good and bad, joy and pain, sunshine and rain. Just balance. So I just wanted to share my analogy of this dream and this paralyzing thought. So, in the meantime, as usual and as always and as usual, be happy. And remember to find joy in your journey, and be mindful of your intrusive thoughts that do not serve in that moment. I love you, and until next time.